There is a reason the most powerful man in the room often says the least. It's not because he's shy. It's because he understands something most people don't. In a world addicted to speed, the man who moves slow controls time itself. Let that sink in. Some people walk into a room and the air shifts. They don't need to shout. They don't need to brag. Their presence alone demands attention. These men aren't loud. They don't fidget. They don't rush. They move with intention. They speak with weight. They react with control. And everyone around them leans in. You know who I'm talking about. That one man who makes everyone pause. That man who looks like he's bathing in power. The room doesn't just see him, they feel him. What gives these men that magnetic energy? It's not wealth, it's not muscles, it's not even status. It's something deeper, something primal. It's the power of slowness. When a man moves slow, he's not chasing approval. He's not trying to prove himself. He's already convinced of his own worth. And that, my friend, is power. Let's break this down. Moving slow doesn't mean being lazy. It means being deliberate. It means you are in control of yourself and the room. Because in life, speed is often a sign of weakness. Rushing to speak equals fear of silence. Rushing to move equals fear of being noticed. Rushing to react equals fear of losing control. But a man who's mastered slowness, he fears nothing. He sets the pace. He doesn't chase energy. He commands it. He becomes the rhythm everyone else follows. Let's start with how you move. A powerful man never rushes into a room. He enters like a king stepping into his court. No bouncing, no frantic steps, no darting eyes. His movements are measured, controlled, purposeful. Because every step says, I belong here. You ever notice how leaders and warriors in films walk? Slow, confident, shoulders relaxed. Even when the world is burning, they don't run. They own every inch they walk on. Rushing makes you look uncertain, panicked, weak. Moving slow makes you look confident, dominant, and grounded. It's how you carry yourself that makes people carry you differently. Now let's talk about speech. Speaking slowly is an art. It's not just about taking your time. It's about making your words matter. Most people talk to fill silence. Powerful men use silence to amplify their words. They speak with pauses. They let their words breathe. They look you in the eyes. And they don't blink. And here's the truth. When you speak slowly, people lean in. When you speak fast, they tune out. Why? Because slow speech forces presence. It signals control. It creates mystery. You don't just talk, you command attention. And here's a psychological hack. When you pause before answering a question, it triggers tension. It makes others feel like what you're about to say holds weight. That's persuasion. That's dominance. That's power without shouting. Now here's where things get real. Reactions. Anyone can act tough when things are going well. But a truly powerful man reveals himself when tested. Do you flinch? Do you panic? Do you get emotional? Or do you pause, take a breath, and respond like a man who owns himself? A weak man is a slave to emotion. He reacts without thinking. He explodes or crumbles. A strong man controls his reaction. He slows it down, and he chooses his response. Not out of fear, but out of strength. That level of control, it's terrifying to those who don't have it. Because if you control your reaction, people start to wonder, what else can this man control? Let's dive into the psychology behind it. Humans are wired to associate stillness with power. Animals freeze before attacking. Predators stalk their prey in silence. Kings sit on thrones, not pacing, not shouting, just being. Stillness signals dominance. Fast movement signals uncertainty. Slowness, when deliberate, tells the world, I'm not in a hurry, I already won. When you take control of your pace, your voice, your movement, your reactions, you control the room. You control perception. You become unforgettable. So what happens when you master slowness? People listen when you speak. They watch when you move. They feel your presence even in silence. They wonder what you're thinking because you don't give it away. You stop chasing attention and start commanding respect. Women notice, men admire, and the world shifts in your favor. Because now, you don't just look like a man, you feel like one. One who's composed, grounded, dangerous, but in control. Let me tell you this. You don't need to be the loudest. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be the most in control. Learn the art of slowness. Walk with intention. Speak with gravity. React with restraint. And watch what happens. Watch how the world begins to respect you. Watch how people shift around you. Watch how you become the center of any room you walk into. Because in this fast, chaotic world, the man who moves slow rules everything. Speed is a reaction. Slowness is a decision. Power is choosing silence over noise.